Comrade, it's a great time having you. This nothing can stop you. Motivational message I bring it to you. I have a lot of I'm Big Smart say I have a lot of videos on YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel. I use the name Bismarck Save. I have a lot of motivational messages. Watch them, subscribe to them. Some are 15 minutes, just 15 minutes. Also, if you go to YouTube, I have a channel called Your Marriage Will Be a State of Mind, teachings on dating and courtship, marriage. Watch them, subscribe to them. Have these ebooks for you guys at Amazon, Kindle, and Gumroad. I have a lot of books over there, but this is just 5 of the books. Building a competitiveness in a crowded planet, $4. Go and buy them for me. I'm pleading with you. It'll be impossible to have this world without you. $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. $5. There's something inside you. The world is in need of $4. Leaders of generational thinkers. $5. Go to Amazon Kindle. Go to Gumroad. Buy these books for me. I'm counting on you guys for your support, and thank you so much for your blistering support you've been giving me all these years and all this while, all these months watching me. I'm going to share with you motivational message I've entitled, "You're the only person left in this world who believe in yourself." You're the only person left in this world who believe in yourself for the next 15 minutes. So make the world more complete by valuing yourself. That you are an expensive jewelry for the world, for that transcendental explosiveness. Then you rebalance yourself with that explosiveness. A relentless life person in your field of discipline. A person like John Harvard, one of the founders of Harvard University over the period, understood what it means to make the world more complete by valuing himself. He understood that he's the only person left in this world who believes in himself, and that he's expensive jewelry for that transcendental explosiveness and rebalancing himself with explosiveness. Through that, he helped establish the Harvard University. John Harvard was one of the founders of Harvard University in the US. It is quite essential, or it's quite relevant to understand that self-encouragement comes from within. Hence, you should not be very subservient, or you should not reduce yourself to any uncharted philosophies that are not concomitant, or that are not incongruent, or that are not consistent with your pinnacle possible life development. So it is quite essential. It's very relevant for you to understand that self-encouragement comes from within. That henceforth you should not be subservient, or should not reduce yourself to any uncharted philosophies that are not congenial, or that's not concomitant, or that's not incongruence with your pinnacle possible life development. Ama Hatigisi, Ama Hazaji, a Lebanese singer over the period, understood what it means to understand inside indeed understand that indeed self-encouragement comes from within. If you empower meaningful insight and comprehensive perspective, take yourself to the place of permeating and penetrating real living, not mere existence. That you are not in the world just to balance the ecosystem, but in the world to re-engineer yourself with that fundamental legacy of excellence. So without empower meaningful insight and comprehensive perspective, take yourself to the place of permeating and penetrating real living, not just mere existence. That you're not in the world just to balance the ecosystem. You're in the world to re-engineer yourself with that fundamental legacy of excellence, with that staggering legacy of excellence when you contribute towards building a knowledge-based economy. People like George Warman, Friedrich Henkel, a German philosopher for the period, had that sort of mindset, that Gradot's mindset, very oyster mindset with the period, that took him to the pinnacle he accumulated with that myriad of achievement. There's this quote from this Diego Sanchez, an American martial arts, once said that never stop, never give up, never stop giving yourself the self-confidence you need to be a champion. I said never stop, never give up, never give yourself never stop giving yourself the self-confidence you need to be a champion. That you never bow to the spirit of despondency. You bruise your nest, your lost hope with expectation and determination. That skyscrapers are not made of metals. Skyscrapers are made of determination and hope. Never stop giving yourself the fine architectural value in an irresistible state that will make you a champion. Not a local champion mentality, but a global mentality. I want to share with you a story about these two brothers. They're called Michael and Abed Rose. Michael and Abed Rose. They were two brothers. Who is those Abed and Michael Rose? They were French chef and restaurant. These two brothers were owners. They were chefs who owned restaurant in Britain. They were French. They the Michael Abed Rose, but they live in England. That time, they established two restaurants called Leo Gravich and Watershed Inn with his brother. That time, Michael Rooks started his career as a patissier. That's a pastry chef. That time, his brother Albert, he found a job for Albert in the British Embassy in Paris. He was a sous chef during that period. There was actually a rudimentary requirement in Arsenal, for enhancing their building blocks for what they want to be. Sometime Michael Rooks and his brother start work as a partisan pastry chef, whilst he got a job for his brother Albert Rooks in the British Embassy in France. That time, Michael Rooks almost gave up cooking to become an opera singer. In 1965, the two brothers established their first restaurant called Leo Gavriche. Leo, it's a French word. Leo Gavriche at Leo Sound Street in London. In 1972, the second restaurant, Watershed Inn, was set up at Bishop in England. They understood that they are the repository, they have the repertoire, they have the repository of agility in the field of catering, and nothing can stop them. In 1974, the Michelin stars, like stars, the award to restaurant based on the quality of service. Like a 3 hotels, 4-star hotel, 3-star. In restaurants, they have what called Michelin stars. The award to hotels based on the quality of service. In 1974, Michelin stars was first awarded to their restaurant Leo Gavriche and the Waterside Inn in UK. That time, in 1982, their restaurant Leo Gavriche became the first restaurant in UK to be awarded 3 Michelin stars. In 1985, the Waterside Inn gained 3 Michelin stars. Why? These people probably achieved that. In 2010, the Watershed Inn became the first restaurant outside France to have been awarded 3 Michelin stars for a period of 25 years in British. You don't mean it. These people, Michael Gross, who was almost gave up cooking restaurant business to opera singer, and the product that they achieved. These two brothers made the world more complete in the field of catering, where they build their personal world through their permeating ideas. With permeating ideas, they moved to the crowded planet in the field of restaurant business, and their name was a state of mind in the British, in the UK, in France, in the global world with their restaurant. That's in 1984. They established the Rooks Brothers Scholarship. Michael Rooks became a consultant to the British Airways for 20 years, from 1983 to 2003, and it's also a celebrity cruise for more than 18 years since 1990. Overwhelmingly, they view themselves as an expensive jewelry, by relentlessly converting the mental blocks to building blocks, jettisoning any attitude of wishful thinking and a rhetorical flourish for practical resurgence, and that find a greater value, that level of very repertoire achievement, very quintessential, very gradual, very relevant for that moment. And that was his achievement. Michael Rose, Albert Rose understood that they're the only person left in this world that believed themselves. And through that, they established this restaurant that got Michelin stars for 25 years in the British. I want to remind you, I have a lot of motivation. Must go to my channel, YouTube. I use the name Bismarck say. I have a lot of motivation minutes, 15 minutes. Watch them, subscribe to them for me. Go to YouTube. I have a channel, Your Marriage Will Be a State of Mind. There are teachings on dating courtship. Watch them, subscribe them for me. I'm also so filled with acceleration. With your support you have been giving me all this, so I'm so grateful. Have these ebooks for you guys to building a competitiveness in a crowded planet. Go to Amazon Kindle and Gumroad, $4. It will be impossible to have this world without you. $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. $5. There is something inside you the world is in need of. $4. Leaders of generational thinkers. $5. Go to Amazon Kindle, go to Gumroad, get these books for yourself. I want to wrap it up. Somebody asks, I'm sharing with you, you're the only person left in this world who believe in yourself. I'm sharing with you. So somebody asks, how can I convert my mental blocks to building blocks by believing in myself? In simple words, how can I turn my ideas to realities? By believing in myself. How do you convert your mental blocks to building blocks by believing yourself, or in simple words, how do I turn my ideas to reality to achieve something that's very palpable? Incontrovertibly, it's very palpable by believing myself. How do I do? Number one, profoundly keep things in perspective by examining how you have to be efficient, consistent, very productive every hour, every day, towards converting your mental blocks to building blocks. Always keep your mind in the process. How how can I be very efficient every hour, every day? How can I be very consistent? How can I be very productive every hour, every day? Towards converting my mental blocks to build up. You can have a dream, the dream, you want to achieve this, you want to achieve this, I want to achieve this. Yes, fine. They're all dream. Everybody has a dream. Why? Of course, it's a dream. But how can I be very efficient? How can I be very consistent, very productive every hour, every day to effectuate my dream? Wrap your mind around it. Towards equipping yourself with that right instrumentality and strategies that will make you very efficient, very consistent, very productive every hour, every day to achieve that dream, to convert your wishful thinking to very palpable, very palpable achievement. A woman called Vera Fig Fabrica, a Latvia first. She was the first Latvia female president, and understood what it means for the period to achieve that. Number two, how do I convert my mental blocks to building blocks? By believing in myself. Number two, one, extrapolate or extract reverberating strategies and approaches. Extrapolate reverberating strategies and approaches used by inimitable personality who achieve massive accomplishment. The achievement shape and detect the direction of competition. Efficaciously effectuate these strategies to connect your mental blocks to building blocks. Look at venerated or personality that stimulated ways of excellence. Look at their reverberating strategies and approaches they use for massive accomplishment. Personalities, the achievement, shaped and detected the direction of competition. Look at these strategies, approaches, unconventional thinking, models, frameworks, unsizable implementation vibrancies they use. Equip yourself with these things to convert your mental blocks to building blocks, especially in your field of discipline, as done by a man called George de Mestra, ex-Switzerland electrical engineer over the period who achieved the number three. How do I convert my mental blocks to building growth? By believing in myself. Examine the level of resilience you need to equip yourself with. That will help you convert your mental blocks to building blocks to withstand any vulnerability during the diversifying implementation process. Equip yourself with these resilience strategies over the period, as done by a man called Nicky Oppenheimer, a South African business magnate among over the period. So ask yourself, what level of resilience do I need to equip myself with? In converting your mental blocks to building blocks, you need some level of resilience. And that will help you deal with any difficulty, any heckling task, any daunting hiccups, any vulnerability that you'll be confronted during the period. So ask yourself, how do I equip myself with the relevant, very pertinent resilience strategies that will help me to face any vulnerability, any daunting hiccup, heckling tasks, that will help me in any diversifying implementation process to convert my building blocks to mental blocks to building blocks, as operationalized by Nika Oppenheimer, a South African business mogul. Number four, in what ways? Number four, expressively make yourself a product of the environment. Overridingly, increase your connectivity to multitudinous events and operations, diversifying environment in order to leverage on the emerging opportunities to convert your mental blocks to building blocks. So ask yourself, make yourself a product of the environment. How do I do that? Connect yourself to the multitudinous, the myriad and colossal of events and operations in diversifying environment. In order, why is it relevant? This is very relevant. It's very pertinent because it will help you leverage on emerging opportunities that you can leverage on to convert your mental blocks to building blocks, as done by a man called Ole Andres Helvigsen, a Norwegian billionaire over the period who achieved that. The last point, be very resilient, very hell-bent, very deal-sent, so that if somebody tells you that your dream is impossible, with that attitude of hell-bent, deal-sent, you operate with that proactive resilience, with that irresistible set that you have a repository of endowment, you have that repertoire of endowment that is greater than the destiny of that person who wants to discourage you, that you can make it and nothing can stop you, as done by a woman called Livy Turner, a man from Wales, politician, a deputy constable of the Carnarvon Castle over the period, who understood what it means of the period. Comrade, it's a great time for such a moment. Thank you for your time. Go to my YouTube channel. Is the name Bismarck say. Have a lot of motivational message. Watch them. Subscribe to them. 15 minutes. I'm counting on you guys. Thank you for your support. Go to YouTube. I use another channel. Your marriage will be a state of mind. The teachings on dating and courtship and marriage. Watch them. Subscribe to them. Have these ebooks for you guys. Go to Amazon Kindle and Gumroad. Building a competence in the crowded planet, $4. It will be impossible to have this world without you, $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world, $5. There is something inside you. The world is in need of $4. The leaders of generation thinkers, $5. Thank you for your time. Bye, 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 bye. See you next time. Remember that you're the only person left in this world that believe in yourself. Self-encouragement come from within. Bye-bye. See you. Bye.